Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Roma and Football Manager 2019. I'm Ater, and today we are facing off versus our old nemesis Napoli. 2 seasons in this series, including the last season, they have been runners-up in the league. So they have basically been one of the top teams, one of our tougher opponents, and a team that, whenever we're up against them, is a little bit extra important because we know that they're always going to be somewhere up there in the table, and we are playing them away, and away games always rougher. But first, let's focus on what has been going on since last episode. So last episode, the Champions League game versus Atletico Madrid, we played 2 games, and we got pretty good wins away against Palermo and at home versus Atalanta. And that brings us to a league table that starts to look pretty good. We have 4 points ahead of AC Milan, and yeah, that's good news, more or less. Napoli is a little bit behind in 5th place, but it's not many points. I mean, they could use like 2 runs, they could be top 3, something like that. As a long season, it's just barely started, so shouldn't. I mean, a lot of things can still happen here. And it was actually a bit of a frustrating thing with these 2 games, especially the last one. Because apparently there were some, I think it was U21 national games going on. And for example, for last game, we found ourselves in a situation when 5 of my players were away on U21 matches, and 2 players were injured at the same time. So Morilla and Santon was injured, and 5 players was away on youth international games. And that was very annoying, I must say, because I mean, missing out on 7 players is not a situation where you want to be in. But they are back now. But looking at the fitness levels, you can tell the guys that were away. I mean, yes, Morilla is injured, Santon's injured, but look at like Barbosa 84%, Figueira 87, Nicolas 90, Rakovic 90, and so on. Like, they are really tired from that game. But they are back now, and hopefully we don't see any more youth internationals, because it's really bad. Basically, I mean, for the senior internationals, it's a break from the league game, so it doesn't affect that much, other than that they always get injured and so on. But this was during league games, and I don't like it. But yeah, this is the way we're gonna start this game, and of course, some of the youth players is clearly not starting because of they are tired. But we are more or less doing our normal rotation. And this is the Napoli team we're up against, and it's kind of the same Napoli team that we've been facing off against every season. It's not that big of changes with Milik and Insigne. Like, they've always had these guys up on top, so we know that they can perform, we know that they are good, but this is our season, I say. We probably shouldn't get too cocky, but it's our season. Every season should be our season. But this is, of course, the first time we are facing up against Napoli with our new formation with 3 strikers. And we have no idea how that one is going to turn out, how it will work. But hopefully it's going to do well, because we are undefeated this far into the season. And, of course, we want to stay undefeated forever. And we are creating some early chances here. Waiting for the first highlight. Florenzi picks up a very early yellow card. Not much going on though. Still not a single highlight. Clock just ticks away. Almost half the first half has passed. Potentially Nero Pellegrini. Let's keep him on for a little bit longer, but I will sub him during halftime. Insigne with a free kick. This is not where we want to see the first highlight, but maybe we can turn it around to a counter-attack. Locatelli, very slow. It's not a quick counter-attack, but maybe we can turn it around. Pellegrini, and sets up a very optimistic pass. Gerson wins it back. Schick for Arp. Arp, can he find somebody? With a cross for Schick, and yes! Patrick Schick, his 4th goal this season, and Arp has actually picked up quite a few of assists this season too. He's more of an assist maker almost than a goal scorer this season when we are playing with 3. When with 2 players up on top, Arp was always scoring, but now he's often set up his teammates to goals. He still scored quite a few, but other guys have been better in that department. Let's see what's potential injuries. Potential foot injury. Upamecano with a throw-in. Why did Upamecano take the throw-in instead of the fullback? That's weird. Locatelli, Upamecano, Gerson, Pellegrini goes for another Pellegrini, and a lot of plays, not a lot of plays, 2 plays in the box. Pellegrini, Florenzi, and that was a good try, really good try. Look at their feedback here. Doesn't look good for Napoli right now. R picks up a yellow card. Now half time, and we will sub off Pellegrini. We're not going to risk anything, and he has a yellow card too. So basically, don't get complacent out there. Pretty decent first half. But let's go to the tactics screen. So we need to remove Pellegrini. Where are you? You're there. Let's bring in Cristante instead. And then we want to tell Arp to ease off tackles. Already have a ease of tackle instruction. No, we can't because he's pressing forward, so we can't do that. We have that as a default setting for fullbacks, because I feel like my fullbacks always gets yellow cards, but Florence still managed to pick one up. I feel like both in Football Manager 17 and 18, no matter what formation you used or what mentality, I feel like fullbacks in both these two games have been getting so many yellow cards. Like in every single game they get yellow cards. And oh, that was so close to an intervention. But now it's Insigne, beautiful save by Donnarumma. And maybe we need to start thinking if we want to make changes here, because I don't like it. Napoli getting highlights. Come on, lads. Focus. Be interact. Great tackle. Upamecano with a free kick. I'm still thinking here if we want to make any changes. Locatelli, Upamecano, Locatelli. Look here, there's a lot of room over here, guys. Hello, look at Florenzi. Florenzi's completely alone, there's so much space. We're going for the other side with Pellegrini instead. Cristante, now Florenzi gets the ball into the box, sets up Cristante, and, well, I feel like you could have done better there. It was a great chance. A really good one. I think it's time for another sub. Now let's see, he's having a bad day at work. We could go with Augustine because he has a yellow card. He's playing like garbage. Or we could go with someone. I think we should go with Augustine. Let's bring in Barbosa instead. Missed Gabby goal. And you can change place with Schick. So we get Schick up on top and Barbosa. Yeah, you can stay like this. I mean, they're all up on top, but I changed Schick to be, instead of being a little bit on the side, to be the central guy. Upamecano. Oh, very optimistic ball, but Cristante wins it back. Garrison, look at Florenzi again. Florenzi has so much space here. We feel like we really could take advantage for it. Trying to reach Schick is cleared. Cristante, and another decent try by Cristante, but he misses the goal once again. I mean, we have created twice the amount of chances like they have. But still it's only one goal, and a one goal lead is nothing. You can change with the blink of an eye. We need to stay focused here. Who do we replace? I mean, Locatelli, he has a yellow card. He's pretty tired, haven't been great, and is nervous. Let's bring in Tonali instead. Clock ticks away. 4 minutes of extra time. It's definitely haven't been the most exciting game we've played. And it's a corner, and extra time is up. Ref, blow the whistle, blow the whistle, blow the whistle. We should, yeah, that's the full-time whistle. And clearly not the greatest game we've played, but it's a very important win. So I'm actually going to tell the lads that it was a good win. I'm not saying that they was great. I'm saying it was a good win. 3 very important points beating Napoli away. Very, very important. So now let's take a look at the league table, see how it looks. And let's see if anybody else played at the same time. Yeah, quite a few games at the same time. And look at that. Look at that. Where's Juve? No, they won. There must have been another game. Yeah, it's AC Milan that haven't played. So AC Milan probably going to end up at 29 points. So we're still going to be 4 points ahead of them. And actually I was looking at the schedule before this episode. We are clearly going to be watching the Atletico Madrid game, because that will probably be the game that decides who wins the group. But other than that, like, all of these teams are teams that are like placed 12 or below. And after the Atletico Madrid game, on the other side, we're going to see like Udinese top team, AC Milan top team. So we're going to have probably like 2 games in a row here, maybe 3 games in 4. But now we are most likely going to take a long bump before we get to the Atletico Madrid episode. So expect they're going to be. For the next episode, expect me to have played quite a few games. And then it will be decided if we manage to win the group or not when it comes to the Champions League. Because yes, we managed to beat them big at home, but playing Atletico Madrid away is going to be something completely different. But that's it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and I'll see you in the next episode.